Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining our replay of the 1979 Mets. We're replaying game 102, I believe. It's versus the Phillies in New York. We're not playing the theme right now because I have a new PC game that I've been playing, learning replay baseball. On my left side, I have a laptop 17-inch screen. In front of me, you have a 10-inch iPad. And that is using the app called IScore, and that's what I use to input the data. Sometimes I go old school, paper and pencil, and you've seen me do that a couple of times in the last week. Here is the one game we're going to be streaming, Phil's at New York. It's the top of the sixth, and Larry Bowa is at the plate right now. It's Doc Ellis leading it off, pitching for the Mets. Larry Bowa leading it off for the Phils, and Doc Ellis is the one with the history of let's say, drug addiction or drug usage and so on. He's the guy who basically said that, I believe it was a no-hitter in 1971, that he was on mescaline or that sort of thing. And sports writers at the time have basically contradicted his version, saying that he looked perfectly fine, didn't look like he was tripping or anything like that. So anyway, Doc Ellis bounced around towards the end of his career plenty. Obviously, he had issues with drugs and or some personal issues. He bounced around a lot. He was with Oakland, he was with the Yankees, then he was with the Mets, then he was back to Pittsburgh. So he obviously had a lot of issues. His pitching was always pretty consistent. Even though he doesn't do very much for the Mets in the stint that he's with them here. Shows up in 17 games and had a 6 ERA with a 3-7 record. But he's doing pretty well today, pitching a shutout of 3 hitters so far, and we start off in the top of the sixth, playing payoff pitch, using fast action cards, no charts, chartless payoff pitch 5. And that's a patient off Ellis's card, and we rolled a 75. So off Bowa, 75, that's in the out range. It's a fly ball to center. Lee Mazzilli in a few steps and puts it away. Now we're going to bring up a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Knowles. Del Unser. He's a lefty. We're going to punch him in quickly. Del Unser. He played in this game. Came in as a first baseman and had one at bat. Okay, it's Del Unser versus Doc Ellis. Here's the pitch. And that's a 7. 7 is in play, 0-4. That's going to be a ball that's lined into the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall. And into second base is going to be Del Unser with a double. Double for Unser. So he's at second base. Does his job as a pinch hitter. And it's Shake and Bake McBride. Now, I made my correction and wrote in the correct nickname for Dave Parker, which I constantly mess up. I've called him the Mongoose, I've called him the Puma, I've called him the Panther. I have I've called him, a few times I've called him the Cobra, but mostly I call him all the other names. So now I wrote in the Cobra, so when I do see his name, I'll see that he's the Cobra and I won't forget anymore. Bake McBride, Shake and Bake McBride at the plate. He's a bats lefty. Pitch from Ellis, Doc Ellis on the mound for the Mets. 8. That's ballpark 44 at Shea Stadium. And a lefty batter is going to be up to 46. So that's going to be wheelhouse. And against a righty, it's 1-19, and that ball's out of here. So 1-19, that ball is going to be out of here. And that's a 92. That's way out of range. That's a deep drive, but no, it's chopped down into the dirt to Doug Flynn. Not a deep drive at all. And this may end up being a double play. Let's see. We rolled an 8. It's on Ellis's card. Let's look at McBride's card. No, he's a 5. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. 4-6. Flynn to Taveras. No throw. Oh, this runner's on second base. Wait a second. Whoa, slow down. Getting ahead of myself. Let's see if Unser can hustle over to third. He's a 5, so he does not risk it. Down by 3 runs, so it's 4-3, and that's 2 outs now, and Unser holds at second. It's Pete Rose. Pete Rose is 2 for 2. He singled twice. Here's my pitch. That's 8 ballpark. Ballpark 19. Rose is a switch hitter. 19 makes it, and we're looking at 1-5 as a home run, and that's an 18. It's gonna be a single, and Unser is going to score. RBI single for Rose. Here in the top of the 6th, makes the score 3-1. Rose stops at first. We're going to see if Rose takes off. And a 5, he's a 4, so he does not run. Does not get the lead. And it's Mike Schmidt. Now, Mike Schmidt has good power. Mike Schmidt could tie this up with one swing of the bat. That's a 7. That's in play. 0-6. In play 0-6. That's going to be a double, and that's going to score Rose. Waving Rose home. No throw. 3-2 now. And into second goes Schmidt with a double. Greg Luzinski, the batter. And that may be all for Doc Ellis. We're going to see Dwight Bernard. He pitched in this game. Dwight Bernard. And we're going to have to pull a double switch because the pitcher is going to be due up. Wow. Norman. All right. Norman is going to come in. Danny Norman. So the new pitcher is going to be Dwight Bernard. Click on the pitcher. We look for Bernard in the roster that I've built up over the year, over the season that I'm playing. And then in right field is going to be Norman, who's coming in. He's towards the bottom because he's just recently joined the club. Norman. Actually, no, I must have put him. I played him in a couple of games and I left him up higher. All right, there you go. All right, now I got to put him into the proper batting spots. So Norman is going to be batting 9th. Norman batting 9th. There he is. And batting 6th is going to be the pitcher, Dwight Bernard, batting 6th. And hopefully we can leave Bernard in there for the rest of the game. But if not, the Mets did use one other pitcher, and that was Neil Allen. All right, let's make those changes quickly here. And then Kranepool is out of the game, and Norman goes into right field. That's it, double switch. Greg Luzinski versus Dwight Bernard. Mike Schmidt, the tying run at second base, 3-2 Mets. Here's the pitch from Dwight Bernard. That's a 10 in play, and in play 69. Looks like it's 69. In play 69 from a righty is in the out range. That's going to be a ground ball, second base. Flynn over to Montanez, and that retires the side, but not before. The Phils pick up 2 big runs. 3-2 for the bottom of the 6th. Dickie Knowles is out. Raleigh Eastwick is in. Click on Knowles. He has not been removed from the defensive side. And we're going to put in Eastwick. Raleigh Eastwick. Done. And Eastwick will bat him in the 9th spot. Done. Dickie Knowles is out. Here's the pitch to John Stearns. John Stearns is 0 for 2. He's flat out twice. Eastwick was 3-6 with a 4.90 ERA. That's an 8. That's tough. A tough 0-2. That's a strikeout. Curveball gets him. Doug Flynn, who's 1 for 2. That's a 10. In play, 72. It's outrange. Fly ball, center field, Gary Maddox. Running in, makes the catch. Dan Norman, right fielder. 11. In play, 17. Base hit. And Luzinski plays it in on a hop. So Norman's on at first. Let's see if Norman goes. Not with a 7. Youngblood. Pitch from Eastwick. It's a tough pitch. 11. It's a strikeout. High heat gets Youngblood, and that retires the side. Go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Timmy McCarver, Gary Maddox, and Manny Trio. Pitch from Bernard. Lefty McCarver. Snake eyes. That's a tough 21 strikeout. McCarver. Down swinging. Gary Maddox, he's 1 for 2. That's an 11. Defense, 73. That's going to be out of range at Shea Stadium. Goes up to 63 and 61. It's to the second baseman. And it's going to be a ground ball. Flynn, 4-3 to Montanez. Throw out Maddox, that's 2 away. And Manny Trio. Manny Trio's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. That's a 6. In play, 90. That's outrange. Ground is short. Taveras scoops it on the run, fires the first. 3 up, 3 down for Dwight Bernard. Dwight Bernard was 0-3 with a 4.70 ERA. Frankie Taveras, what is he batting? Let's take a quick look. Click on his name and it'll tell you what he's batting for the season. One for 3 today. For the season, he's batting .246, 16 stolen bases. He's got no home runs, 15 RBIs. Frank Taveras. Here's a few points from his actual batting average for that season, for 79. All right, Snake Eyes, Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 57. It's outrange. Fly ball, right field. Down the line, McBride makes the catch. Lee Mazzilli now he's 2 for 3. 6, tough, a tough 69. Actually, it's a 66. Tough 66. Grounded to second. Trio. Over to first, 2 down. Hebner, Richie Hebner, he's 0 for 1. He's walked twice and struck out. That's a 10. That's in play. And in play, 0-0. That's going to be an unusual play, and I still do these. Let's see if I can find the chart. Right chart. It's the only time I have to look at the charts here. And you know what? I don't see that the big chart I have. I have a special chart which I do not see. Ah, there it is. Here's my apodice for this chart. Let's get. It's 24, and it says 24. One hop smash back to pitcher. Check pitcher's range, A or B. Pitcher is range is an F. Great grab and throw to first. Another range. Ball caroms off pitcher, reaches first base on a single. Trainer comes out, but pitcher's fine. Great. Single off the pitcher for Hebner. So Hebner's on at first. Let's see if Hebner goes. How many outs? 2 outs. Hebner may run. Get rid of our apodice. Needs really low number, and it's not going to be it. It's going to be Willie Montanez. Montanez 1 for 3. He's flied out, singled, and flied out again. 6. Tough. Tough 72. Outrange, lined, caught by the shortstop. Boa right there. Hit it on the nose. Montanez did, but right at Boa. Dwight Bernard is going to be facing here in the top of the 8th inning. It's 3-2 Mets. Top of the 8th inning is going to be Boa leading it off. That's a 10. In play, and in play 35. It's going to be an out. Popped up, left side. Shortstop. Taveras puts it away, 1 down. Pitch from Dwight Bernard, 9. Patient 70. Outrange. Ground ball, shortstop. Taveras fires to first. Gets, oh wait a second, that was the pitcher spot. We need a new pinch hitter. Slow down. Everything stays the same except the batter is going to be Anderson. And you can see here that you have a plethora of cards. Except for Anderson, I do not see him available. So Anderson was probably a guy that did not play too much. Let me make sure I don't have him in the other set. For my pitcher set. A lot of, oh, there he is, Mike Anderson, excuse me. All right, I did a payoff pitch in Injustice. There he is, Mike Anderson. He's batting. That's a 9. Patient 70, a patient 70. So base on balls, so Mike Anderson walks. Let's write him in. And Mike Anderson. So Mike Anderson walks in. Not really a base stealer, so he won't be going. Base on balls. We're on first, 1 out. Shake and bake McBride. 7. Tough. A tough 23. That's a strikeout. McBride goes down swinging on the curve. 2 out. And it's Pete Rose. Pete Rose is 3 for 3. 7. Tough. A tough 0-7. And Rose called out on strikes. Got fooled on that. Froze him. And Dwight Bernard. Wow. Pretty impressive. And we go to bottom of the 8th. Mets are going to be bringing up the pitcher spot. And we're going to pitcher spot, and we're going to get a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter was for the Mets. We had Hodges pinch hit in this game. Hodges. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team. Let's see. Ronnie Hodges, lefty batter. All right. Let's see Hodges. Let's look for him real quick. There he is. Click him. Save. Not coming in to play. Ron Hodges leading it off. And we had a pinch hitter, so we're going to have to bring in a new pitcher for the... I'm going to bring in Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw showed up in 65 games. They've offered me a system to figure out who pitches based on the score and based on the situation, which is kind of cool. I just go by just kind of looking at knowing the players a little bit and looking at how many games they pitched. It's a close game, so... Oh, Ron Reed pitched in 61 games. Ron Reed had 5 saves. So closer is McGraw. We're going to bring in Ron Reed. I wrote Rick Reed. Is it Ron Reed? Or was there a guy named Rick Reed on the team as well? I think it's Ron Reed. Okay, I think I just screwed up the name. So let me correct the name. Oh, Ron Reed. There you go. So Ron Reed is in there. Eastwick is out. And it's Ronnie Hodges. Against Ron Reed. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, it's 3-2 Mets. Nobody out, nobody on. 3. Defense. Defense 46. Let's look, it's range second baseman. Range second baseman. Trios at second base. Let's see what kind of... He's a B range, so he's a pretty good second baseman. 1-34. We roll the 46. It's going to be an out. What kind of an out to second base? It's going to be a ground ball out second base. Trio. Over to Rose, 4-3. 1 away. So Hodges grounds out. John Stearns. Stearns 0 for 3. 6. Tough. A tough 26 against a righty. That's a strikeout. Nope. Strikeout top. And it's Doug Flynn. Doug Flynn's 1 for 3. Ron Reed with the pitch. 8. Tough 25. Tough 25 strikeout. Flynn down on strikes. Tires aside. Go to the top of the 9th. Can the Mets hold on? That is the question, the eternal question. Let's go to Neil Allen. Neil Allen pitched in this game. There we go. Mike Schmidt's going to be leading it off for the Mets. I'm going to put Neil Allen in there. Neil Allen will be in the 6th spot. Done. Here's the pitch to Mike Schmidt. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 9th. Mets are up 3-2. Neil Allen with the pitch. That's a 10. That's in play. 63. It's way out range. 4 ground ball. Second base. Flynn up with it. Over to Montanez. 1 away. Greg Luzinski now. Both have tremendous power. These are the guys you want up in a 1-run ball game. 4. Patient 57. That's probably going to be a walk. And no, it's a hit by pitch. So Luzinski's on. Hit by the pitch. And he's not a very fast runner. I'd like to bring in a pinch runner here. But for that, we got to take a peek at who is Anderson pinch hit. Boa. Let's go back and look at tomorrow's game and see what other players they have available. This is game 102, so we're going to look at game 103. And we'll see who's available to pinch run, who's a little bit better than Luzinski. Hate to take Luzinski out. Harrelson can pinch run. He's going to pinch run tomorrow night. Well, guess what? He'll pinch run tonight. Works out perfectly. So Harrelson pinch ran for Schmidt. Okay, Luzinski's out. Harrelson's in there as a pinch runner. Just click on Luzinski, right in pinch runner. It's going to bring up I don't have Harrelson in there. I never wrote Harrelson. And Buddy Harrelson, ex-Met, part of the 69 and 73 teams. Add sub. He's with Rose now, but he fought Rose at one point. Rose flipped him over. Bud Harrelson. That's both. All right, he's pinch running. Include his defensive sub. Not right now. Don't know what's going on with that. All right, Bud Harrelson, the tying run is on at first with 1 out. And it's going to be, and what is Bud Harrelson? 6 stolen bases. He's a 4 runner. So he's not a very good runner either. So I just pinch ran with a guy that's no better than the guy I pulled out. But heck, so be it. 9. In play. 83. This could be a double play. Oh boy. 9. No, right out of range. 4. It's going to be a fielder's choice though. Fielder's choice. Going to be 4-6. Flynn to Taveras. And runner on second is out. And now it's going to be, at first base, it's going to be McCarver. And it's Gary Maddox with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. The Mets are up 3-2. Here's the pitch from Neil Allen. That's a 4. Patient again. A patient 69. Patient 69. That's going to do it. It's ground ball to second base. Flynn flips to Taveras. And that is the ball game. The Mets pull it out. They hold on. What was once a 3-0 lead The Phils score 2 in the top of the 6th, but the Mets are able to hold on with excellent relief pitching by Dwight Bernard and Neil Allen. Neil Allen was 6-10 with a 3.55 ERA and 8 saves. Comes through huge in this game, and the Mets win it, and that's exciting. I'm going to go put in the winning pitchers here. Winning pitcher is going to be Doc Ellis. I'm going to credit a hold for Dwight Bernard. There he is. And a save for Allen. The loss is going to go to Dickie Knowles. And that's the ball game. I'll read you the line score. Phils, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. Mets, 3 runs. They win it, yes. 8 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. Payoff pitch, IScore, and Comet Painter. Have a great night. See you guys later.